So in this demo, I'm going to first show how to deploy Kubernetes environment on AWS. So one of our engineer in Portworx has written a good application actually. So if you go to my GitHub account, it is punchstack px deploy. So this is a Portworx deploy. This is a small tool for quickly deploying Kubernetes environment on various environments. Like you can deploy on AWS, Azure, GCP, on-premise, VMware, in fact on a Docker environment. So I'm going to use today this tool that is called px deploy, Portworx deploy. And I'm going to show you how to use this tool, but I'll go fast with that. I have already installed this tool. It will take some time to deploy, but maybe some other time I'll just deploy that myself. But today I'm going to directly use it. Maybe for this application to explain, it will take some time. I'll have a separate video altogether for on px deploy. But let's not do that today. I'm going to just use px deploy to deploy my Kubernetes environment on AWS. So for the sake of simplicity, but everybody may not have a Mac, so I'm going to use Linux CentOS as my deployment environment. So what I have done is I have taken VMware Fusion and I have created a px deploy environment as a VM. I have created Linux VM and I'm going to access that VM from my laptop, from my MacBook, and I'm going to show that. I'm going to show my demo from a Linux machine. So here is my CentOS and I have named it px deploy. So let's do that today. And what I have done is basically I have just cloned this platform. This is the tool. I have cloned it and I have installed it so that I can use the tool called px deploy, px-deploy. Okay, this is the tool. But before doing that, so what it does is after installing, it creates a .px deploy. If you go to .px-deploy, this is where it installs its application, all the scripts which is required to create the cluster. So there is, if you see here, there is a default.yml. There is a default.yml file is there. So first what you do is you update the default values. So you can see some of the default values what I have. I have given this cloud AWS platform and platform Kubernetes, 1 cluster, 3 nodes, the Kubernetes version, the Portworx version, so on and so forth, and for AWS region and AWS instance type T3 large, and so on and so forth. Obviously all this doesn't make sense here. It will be useful if you have other environments, but because I'm going to use AWS, so I'm just going to edit these values only. So with that, I will just go and deploy my Kubernetes environment. Okay. So now let's come out. Okay. So, okay, one more thing. Before this px deploy, you have to have your AWS CLI installed, because px deploy is going to use your AWS CLI. So for that, you have, obviously I have another video for deploying to install AWS CLI, and I'm not going to use it, but PX and you configure it like using AWS configured, you can configure it. So I'm not going to do that. I have already done it. So the simple way to start this tool is called px deploy create. Px deploy create, give a name -n, give a name. I'll give my name pnaik1. This is the first cluster I'm going to create, and I'm going to create I'm going to create this from a template called Metro. So this is going to be my template, and this template defined that it is going to create 2 separate clusters. And if you want to see what it does, you can actually go to templates in this px deploy templates, and you can actually see there is a Metro template here, and you can use it to create multiple Kubernetes cluster and installing Portworx on that. So this one command is going to create my Kubernetes cluster, 2 Kubernetes clusters. Okay, and it is going to install Portworx. Also, it is going to install a small application just for the demo. So let's go ahead and run this. Okay, this is already exist, so because I created, so what I can create is I can delete it. So px deploy destroy -n. That's all. So this is going to be destroying my environment, or which is already created on AWS and Kubernetes environment. So I can show you my AWS environment here, AWS, and sign in. Do we have the cluster running? We see here, yes, we do have. And let's see if we do have, it is deleted. And so VPCs, yes, say this is the VPCs it created. So I'm going to delete it, destroy the environment. So by the time this will be done, the px deploy pnaik1 will be deleted, and this is in the US East 2 region. So, well, let it do its own job. What I'm going to do is parallelly I'm going to create one. I can open another tab, and I'm going to again log in. So here I am, and I'm going to use px deploy create two. So the -n pnaik2, because it's there already. Oh, it is destroyed. So let's use the same name, and let's see if the VPC got destroyed too. You see here the VPC got destroyed also. So pnaik1 minus t template metro px deploy create minus name, n for name, cluster name, and minus t for template, and metro cluster template. So I'm going to create it. So it is now provisioning the environment. So it will take some time, but when this is getting created, I will talk something about let me talk about the tool itself. So you see here I have this tool, and this is the way I have forked it from another repository done by Andrew. So it is his tool, and it's a great tool in fact. And it has got great flexibility, supports multiple environments, multiple cloud platforms. You see here the containers, and it has got a great documentation to use it. So it is very detailed, and I encourage you to try it to create your Kubernetes environment, and I encourage you to deploy the Portworx applications, Portworx software for Kubernetes, and of course you can deploy applications whether it is on vSphere, on-premise, whether it is on cloud, AWS, Azure, GCP, and obviously it has got a lot of other things to do. You can in fact it's a great tool. Okay, and you see here in the assets directory there are multiple templates, multiple applications are there to try. So today I'm going to do the pet clinic. I'm going to install, and this metro cluster template, it actually installs the pet clinic also with it. So it is a one command deployment of everything. It's a great tool for demos and POCs, and you can try it yourself. Okay. So by the way, it uses Vagrant in the background, and for deploying, and you can definitely improve on it. You can create your own tool. You don't have to have this tool to be used for your POCs. If you are interested, you can use EKS and deploy the same applications also. Okay, so let's wait. I believe it should be done quickly. I'll be back. It will take some time, so I'll be back again with when this is over. Thank you.